Good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Jeremiah. I'm doing a quick update on my page here, and I wanted you guys to actually get an opportunity to see what I am doing today. Today we're looking at my inline fuse that I had hooked up to my inverter and my batteries. Of course, I had a little disconnect switch and all that stuff in a harness. In the second video, you can actually look at that, but instead of replacing the fuse, I wanted to show you guys what not to do in a situation where you're going from a 12 volt system moving up to a 48 volt system. So in my old setup, I used to have a 12 volt power setup. I had an inverter that ran 3600 watts at 12 volts, ran pretty good amperage, and I had high amp fuses. Okay. I had since then gotten rid of the inverter and upgraded to an outback system and went with 48 volts for the efficiency, so that I can actually lose less power when converting, let's say 100 watts versus 12 volts. Okay, it means less draw on your batteries. It means a lot of good things. So point is, today I went in to check my charge controllers and just make sure everything was functioning right, because my wife told me that she smelled a little bit of smoke the other day when my son was running the microwave, the AC, and two ACs in two different sides of the room or the house, and basically it caused my inverter to get up to, I think it was 3200 watts for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I came home and my mate was telling me, my mate 3 told me that it overheated my inverter. So, I figured nothing happened basically to the wiring, but maybe, it was a little bit heavy on the draw. So when I checked it out today, this is what I found. Now, I'm going to make 2 points about this. One, like I said, upgrade your fuses if you're going to upgrade your system. Trust me, in the long run, it makes more sense. It's better for you, and plus you don't want to create a fire hazard. As you can see here, these wires are almost burnt through. And even as I was taking it off, I noticed it was warm to the touch, and I was only running about 800, maybe 1,000 watts throughout the day, running one AC and some fans and the TV, of course. So I bought these fuses. Nothing was wrong with them, but they're not rated for off-grid purposes. Let me show you what I do have as far as fuses go. Just ignore the mess, I just changed it out. But right here, I have my Midnite Solar, I believe it's called a triple B box. Basically, it serves as a disconnect load, so I have a 63 amp one, a 20 amp one, and a 40 amp. The 63 amp I use for my solar 3 kilowatt charge controller, and then I use the 40 amp to the left for my 20, and the center right now has no purpose. So eventually that 20 amp is going to be replaced by another 63 amp, and it's going to go directly to my inverter. Sorry about the mess, sorry about the noise. My charge controller at the bottom is actually turned the fan on for some reason, to get rid of some of the heat, I guess. But anyway, one point I'm bringing up is a lot of systems like to tell you, hook your batteries up to the same point that you, or your charge controller up to the same point that you hook your inverter up to. And on a 12 volt system, that's fine. But what I found out is, you basically end up bottlenecking your system if you don't have alternate connections, or maybe even a central block for your batteries to connect to. I'll put it simply like this: if your inverter is requiring, let's say you're running a charge from your let's say your generator, it's been raining a couple of days, you're down to 60%. Don't run it very often, but it happens. Okay, your system is designed that it can do so, but let's say you're getting on this side, this is your charge controllers, okay, and on this side is your inverter, but your battery bank is on this leg. Okay, your charge controllers are obviously hooked directly up to the battery bank. Let's say they're going from this end of the fuse through here to give you 40-50 amps of charging power. Okay, on this side you have your generator hooked up, or your line, whatever you want to call it, and it's back feeding or back charging your batteries as well. And it's, let's say my charge controller is rated at about 55 amps, I think it is. So 55 plus now another 50 amps, you're going to have a total of 105 amps going through this one fuse. Now, you know, again, this is my old 12 volt fuse. You know, 105 amps is equal to 4 times that in 12 volts. So anyway, you bottleneck and can potentially cause a fire if you're not paying attention to the amount of resistance that's inside of the line. You're going to hook up your charge controller and inverter on the same point, never use them at the same time, or also make sure you got a secondary connection to your battery bank that's also fused. An illustration of that would be what I've done also here. You probably see it, you probably can't. I have a box here built for all my positive leads that go to all my charge controllers. And basically they go to the positive of each of my battery banks. I have 3 banks of 48 volts inside of there. So, you know, a lot of power is going into those things. It helps also with equalizing your batteries if you have them hooked up at multiple points instead of hooking them up at one point. Now I do have a battery balancer circuit on each one of my sets of batteries. I'm just telling you from my perspective that, you know, even with that battery balancer, it helps to have those batteries also hooked up to the same source that it charges, as well as the same source that it's drawing from, to keep your batteries from tapping too hard on one leg instead of all 3 at the same time. You know, today's video, like I said, is just quick and short. I wanted to give you guys a review of what's been going on my off-grid setup, and give you guys this warning. You know, if you're gonna go with a 12 volt system and eventually upgrade to 48 volts, do not forget your wiring and fuses. In fact, I would recommend that if you're using 0 gauge, you go to double 0 gauge if you're going to run 2 inverters, or if you're going to run all of your connections at one point. You know, you'll keep the heat away, you'll keep the fires down. You know, my perspective, my point of view, I figure myself as an enthusiast when it comes down to solar. We're all learning at this thing, but hopefully one of you guys will watch this video before it's too late. You do not want to cause a fire running ACs, running microwaves, and running TVs like your system's designed to do, but not able to do it properly because of your fusing. Anyway, if you guys have any comments, please put them in. I'd love to do another follow-up video for you guys this afternoon while I still have time. Thank you for seeing my page, and if you would like, subscribe. If you'd like to see more videos, I'll try to post as many as I can in each week. Thank you.